What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Winning Picks Weekly. It's week 5. We are here, John, Meleka, and Greg Albert, the official bet sided.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We are
sir.
officially
Official.
we are officially a 1 minute media podcast with bet sided. Catch us there. We'll be
Apple,
doing more work.
Spotify, anywhere you get audio of any
YouTube.
kind. Amazon Alexa, YouTube. I don't care where it is. Listen to all four at the same time.
We're there.
Yep.
Hit us up. Talk to us about your bets. Talk to us about anything, any sports. We're gonna start doing NBA soon as the
Yep.
NBA season is coming up. Look out for our NBA futures episode. But right now we are deep into NFL football season. It is week 5. And Greg, we have some explaining to do after week 4, man. I had my second losing week in a this week. Week 1 and week 4, both 6-10. You had 5-11 this week. Kind of tough. Both best bets, 2-1 though, and that's really where the big money is made. And we apologize for that, of course. But man, we're still doing pretty well on the year.
Yeah.
We're still ahead. Talk to me about your futures, man. Tell them about your futures.
Futures are looking good. I mean, we bring it up every episode. So yeah, I think right now you're even 32 and 32 on the year. I'm 28 and 36, so clocking at about 44%. That's not getting it done, but what is getting it done are the Arizona Cardinals. They look great. That's a great future bet. Have them to win the division plus 600. Kyler Murray MVP 2400. And then to make the playoffs, I think is plus 180 or maybe it's plus 200. I can't remember because I also have Carolina Panthers over win total, them to make the playoffs. I wish I took the Sam Darnold rushing TD prop for the season because he's well over that. I'm sure he's setting records with his feet. So that's looking good. Have a little bit on Josh Allen to win the MVP. He's kind of rounding into form. Buffalo Bills look pretty good after last week. So, yeah, I mean, futures are looking okay. Season long is up and down, but right now there's more down than up. So later on, there's gonna be more up than down. So, like I said early on, I might start doubling down on these bets because we're gonna get right. We're gonna get back above 50%. So, yeah, let's have a strong week here in week 5. I can't believe it's week 5 already. And what about you? What do you got for future bets? I got Cooper Cup. I know that. So I need him to catch one more touchdown, maybe two, and that will hit. So that's an early season cash. So I'm excited, man. Future bets are looking okay.
Yeah, future bets looking okay. I mean, my Arizona Cardinals division looking good. My best bets rolling 7-5 right now. So
Yep.
I'm rocking and rolling. But one of my favorite future bets, and it leads me to my favorite game of the week, which of course is the game I've been thinking about because I'm going there across the pond. Jets London
Making the
goes
trip.
with making the trip all the way out there, and I'm hopefully gonna, my Jets over future might be looking good there over the 6 if we get this win. My Falcons worst record gonna look okay if we get this win,
Yeah.
and I have to start there because I'm not gonna hide the lead. It's also my best bet. I know I'm a homer, but I'm 2-2 with the spread for the Jets. There's that. So 50%. I cannot believe that it's 3.5. This is also not only is it one of my top 3 best bets, which
Yep.
again, 7-5. It's also my honorable mention for what am I
One
missing
missing. Yeah.
pick of the week because dude, what the hell am I missing? The Atlanta Falcons, not only did they just lose to the New York Giants, but they lost their starting nickel and now they're starting Avery Williams, a rookie returner, against our best weapon on offense, which is Jameson Crowder / Braxton Berrios. Makes no sense. They also have their left guard is out. Their backup left guard is so bad that they picked up a left guard off another one off waivers, who was a 6th round pick 2 years ago, played on 3 or 4 teams. Now he's going to start left guard versus the Jets, who are ranking in the top 10 in defensive stats.
Yep.
Players like Bryce Huff ranked 4th in pass rush rate, 3 amongst edge rushers, even though he's catching double teams with the likes of TJ Watt and Joey Bosa. I mean,
Crazy.
it makes this line makes no sense to me. The Jets are desperate. You hear it in their locker room. They're going into a bye after this week. So
Yep.
it's really a 2-game season, and they've been talking about how the 2-game season. They had to beat the Titans that they were hobbled coming in. They have to go beat the Falcons on a neutral field. We have Robert Salah, who has history, against
Making the
in
trip.
London,
Yep.
making the trip when he's a coordinator with Jacksonville. We have both of our coordinators, man. Jeff Aldridge, the defensive coordinator, and LaFleur, the offensive coordinator, both revenge games. We have Tevin Coleman revenge game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everything is stacking up for the Jets. The fact that it's 3 in the hook, it makes absolutely no sense to me. It's like, talk to me, man. Talk me off this ledge. I
It's
know I'm
crazy.
going. I know I'm hyped, but like, I know I love the Jets. I know you call me a crazy person for it, but like, talk me off this ledge. They looked great last week, dude. 7
Yeah.
sacks,
Yeah, they did look good.
second in the league,
The only,
tied.
the only thing I can think of is like kind of like we talk about is kind of how the home team kind of almost always starts out like -3. So I think it's technically, I think the Falcons are home for this game in London. So maybe that's it. Maybe Vegas is saying it's an evenly matched game, so they're just giving 3 points to the Jets. But I really like the Jets in this one as well. So I don't know if I can really do too much convincing. You were saying though when you started, you talked about the Falcons. Losing to the Giants. They lost to Washington last week.
Sorry,
So,
sorry.
yeah, so when I look at Washington though, I
Same.
do
The NFC least, bro.
yeah,
I
but
can't.
I do see some similarities kind of to us. Well, not really. I actually see some Washington's defense is supposed to be what we are right now. Like we're top of the league in a lot of stats. My biggest thing after last week and really the last 2 weeks with the Atlanta Falcons is someone just has to stop Cordell Patterson. If you could just figure that out, if you could just slow him down, he's leading their team in rushing, he's leading their team in receiving. He has 3 touchdowns last week. Like, if you just take him out of the game, it's an absolute blowout last week. So we have to figure something out for him. I know usually we have a tough time against tight ends. I'll let whoever that new tight end is in there that no one cares about anymore from Florida, let him get his 4 catches and 40 yards. I don't care. We have to stop Patterson. I'm with you with the Jets, though. +3.5. I actually have the Jets' money line in my Hail Mary parlay that we'll get to later because I do think there's a pretty good shot, that we win this game outright. I just don't see the Atlanta defense slowing us down, and I don't see their offensive line holding up against our defense. If we can figure out something for Patterson, I don't see how Atlanta's scoring 20, 30 points against us this week, which is crazy to say about a team playing the Jets, but that's just how bad the Atlanta Falcons have looked this year.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And, the part where I will disagree, though, is with that guy from Florida. Even though the Jets have been all right versus tight ends this year, I think
He
this might be the week
stinks.
that he gets his first touchdown, especially because, here's the thing, man. Are they just playing this line off previous London games where the amount of points scored in London is usually bananas, man.
Yeah.
Like 30 to 37, like just crazy scores and usually bad teams, and
Yep.
historically, under 500 teams, and here we are again. So I think that might play out that way. If you're looking at prop bets, especially if you're going to parlay some prop bets, looking at win bet,
Yep.
uh, you want to parlay some things. I would look at a Kyle Pitts touchdown. I would
Ooh,
look at Cordarrelle Patterson touchdown. I would
sure.
look at Jameson Crowder touchdown, and I would take the Jets money line.
Yeah.
I think all those can hit in one game. And you want to be facetious and take a Tevin Coleman touchdown for revenge. You know what? That's gonna be my Hail Mary parlay right there. That's it
Yeah.
right there.
All
My
right.
one it's this week I'm taking for my London week, I'm taking a 1 game Hail Mary parlay, and that's it right there. It's a 1 game. I think Cordero Patterson's gonna get a touchdown against us. That's where we're vulnerable.
Yep.
Jameson Crowder's gonna get a touchdown. That's where the Falcons are vulnerable. Give me a Tevin Coleman revenge game touchdown and give me the Jets money line in London going into the bye week. Tally that up, and you're welcome, baby. Let's go. That's my Hail Mary this week.
Love it. Love it. Great start. Again, 9:30 kickoff. So get your bets in the night before. Get up early. Get your coffee ready because it's going to be a long NFL Sunday this weekend. These are the best weekends. We have the long slate with the first game to start. Because like you said, lately, too, these games have been a lot of scoring, a lot of offense. and fun to watch. So I hope we get a lot of that this week. I hope there's a little bit more scoring for the Jets and the Falcons, and we end up coming up with a win.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Flying tomorrow. Enough said about that one.
It's gonna be great.
Let's go to the Thursday game. Great division game,
Yep.
man. Rams at Seattle. Seattle catching a point and a half at home. Seattle looks god awful,
Yep.
man. Absolutely horrendous on defense, ranking towards the bottom of the league. Their safety linebacker looking terrible out there. The magician looks good though.
Yeah, you
The
keep talking
magician
about
looks
this
good.
magician guy. I don't know.
How'd they do last week, man?
Yeah.
Update us on last week.
Yeah. They relied on him. It's just that can they keep relying on him week in and week out every
Not this week.
time?
Not this week against Aaron Donald, man. Not this week against Jalen Ramsey. Not this week against Matt Stafford coming off a loss.
He's gonna be run for his life.
I think that loss was bad for Seattle. I think that loss of the that loss that the Rams
To the
had for the Cardinals
Yeah.
was bad for Seattle.
Huge bounce back week. I agree.
It's
Jimmy.
short week. I'm scared of the magician in a short week at home. Like that's the formula, right? That's the
Yeah.
formula for the magician. Short week, just a sloppy play, division game. There's really no. It's really basically a money line. They have no business winning, and they win like 22, 17, something like that.
Yeah, probably a low scoring, kind of a sloppier game. But I don't know. I'm not scared about Seattle's defense. I'm not scared
Yeah.
about Seattle's offense. I mean, Russell
Shouldn't be
Wilson.
scared of the defense. You should laugh at the defense.
Yeah,
you
Russell
should be worried about the
Wilson.
offense though.
I mean, it's still Russell Wilson last week, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, QBR of 67.
Carson got hurt.
All right. No, Russell Wilson, I was saying 150 yards.
I know, but
2
I'm saying,
touchdowns.
but Carson got
Yeah,
hurt.
Carson got hurt, but they have Alex Collins. I was talking about them. I think maybe it was on this. We were talking before the season how they had more running backs and wide receivers going into the league. So
Yeah.
they have running backs. Alex Collins is pretty good. I think Percy Hart or no, not Percy Harvin.
Oh my goodness.
Penny.
Throwback.
Yeah, Penny is like injured. They're always hurt in the backfield, but they always have more people. Yeah, like I said, not too scared. Definitely not scared about the defense, but also not scared about the offense, especially with Jalen Ramsey on DK Metcalf. I mean, that's going to be a good matchup, but that's going to slow down Metcalf. And then Aaron Donald's just going to get home a bunch of times. His defensive line and linebackers, I think, are going to give Russell Wilson fits all week. So I'm going to see the Rams in this one. -1.5 doesn't really matter to me. On the road as a favorite doesn't really matter to me. Divisional game, Rams bounce back. I'll take the Rams in this one.
All right. Okay. I like that.
What
This is
What are you taking? What are you thinking?
this is really a tough one because I mean Seattle at home, the magician
Yeah,
in
it's
a
a short
division
week.
game, short week. It makes me want to take Seattle, but the stats are just so bad, man. Watching Seattle, their defense is so bad, and the Rams coming off a loss again is bad for Seattle, and it's good for me. Like I want to take the Rams. I think they're gonna bounce back. I like Cooper Kupp this week against this horrendous Seattle secondary. I think he's gonna murder, and maybe Robert Woods gets in there.
Yeah,
Finally gets to score. I think the Rams pick it up, man.
I
But
agree.
moving on to a game where
Oh,
I
one
don't.
thing I want to share though, real quick. Rams, I agree so much. They're my first best bet of the week.
Ooh,
Thursday night,
All right.
gonna start off strong. I'm pretty good. I think I was looking at our pick'em, our pool that we're in or whatever, our pick'em league.
Mhm.
Did you know you could sort it by like how you're doing, based on like when the games are played, conferences,
okay.
all that kind of stuff. So I was looking at that a little bit today. I think I'm 2-2 on Thursday night. I'm 3-1 on Sunday night. So I feel like this
Been okay
week,
in prime time.
okay in prime time this week. I think with the Rams gets me to 3-2 on Thursday night. Keep that winning record on Thursday night and Sunday night. Monday night's not been so great, so I might have to step that up a little bit.
Okay. I don't best bet Thursday night games. I physically can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm bad in prime time. But I don't Thursday. No way. No, thank you. Here's my hold the nose pick of the week
Whoa.
right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right into it, man.
Sure.
And it's a weird one, but it's Cincinnati at home catching 3 and a hook. versus the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
I mean, this game, obviously, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers coming, they're hot, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Cincinnati, who, it's the Bengals, Joe Burrow,
I feel like I bet
catching.
that. I feel like I bet them every week. I love the Bengals.
I know. And I'm going to hold your nose and take the Bengals because everything about my whole life wants me to take Green Bay, right? Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, they're absolutely killing it. Like nothing is stopping them.
Randall Cobb, 70 yards,
Unbelievable.
70 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Love it.
Unbelievable.
AJ Dillon, 80 yards run the ball, leading the backfield for them. I mean, I love the Packers.
Those are players. You just named two players that aren't even their starters. Robert
Yeah.
Tonyan hasn't even gotten in the game yet,
Nope.
really. Devontae Adams could just have a Devontae Adams game. Like everything's pointing towards Green Bay. Just three in the hook, no problem.
Yep.
Cincinnati at home, just hold your nose and take Cincinnati, man. I know it's hard. I know it's scary.
Yeah.
I know they're both 3-1. Green Bay should be 4-1, and Cincinnati should be 3-2. It makes perfect sense. I'm telling you, I don't know if you should venture into the money line. I think it's being a little facetious.
Yeah, but
I don't hate it though.
Hook, that's nice.
I like the 3 in the hook. I like give me Mason Crosshairs to win this game. Right at the end there in a sloppy one where people taking Green Bay in survivor leagues maybe, and they're just sort of pissed off, in the whole first half, like what's happening right now.
Yeah, Cincinnati played on Thursday night too, so they get a little extra rest this week.
Love that.
Yeah, I like for all those reasons though. I agree with you. I like Green Bay. I think Green Bay just comes out and they're gonna get rolling here. I think they had a bad week 1, and every week after that they just get a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Didn't they pick up that Cowboys linebacker too today?
Not yet. There's talks. There's talks.
Okay.
Not
Talks
yet.
about it. So
yeah.
they're just gonna get better and better. I think Cincinnati has kind of overperformed a little bit. They got a win last week against Jacksonville. Obviously didn't cover, but they had an impressive win against Pittsburgh on the road. Like you're saying, I think to me, Green Bay moves to 4-1. Cincinnati moves to 3-2. Green Bay wins this by 10, 14 points.
No look ahead. No look ahead for the Bears. Trying to kill Justin Fields
for Green Bay.
Yeah.
No, the Green Bay does not look ahead to the Bears. Green Bay just chalks it up to a win, and they might be looking ahead to 2 weeks from now because that's the easy win for them.
Exactly.
That spread's
that's my issue. That's what I'm worried about.
No.
All right.
No.
Okay. We're on opposite sides there. Hold your nose, take Cincy. Or you ride with Green Bay, ride with those favorites, and see how those favorites have been doing for you this year.
Yeah.
Moving on to a favorite who, I mean, how can you not take this favorite? But I don't think I want to, man. I really don't think I want to. We got Detroit at Minnesota. Detroit catching 7 and a hook. 0-4 Detroit at the 1-3 Minnesota. Mike Zimmer, the cover machine, right? Supposedly.
I mean, you're the one that keeps saying it. I haven't seen him cover a football game in, I feel like, many moons.
Well, he didn't cover last week.
No, did he cover the week before? The week before that?
Yes, he did. He beat Seattle week 3.
Week 3. That's right. Seattle stinks. I think I had them in that game. But yeah, other than that though, they've been bad. I think they're 1-3.
Well, I mean, they covered. Well, no, they covered versus Arizona week 2.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at over/under right now. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, 1-3 teams. Yep. So yeah, 2-2 on the year, 50%. I mean, they've looked so. I can't tell with them. They look so. Like they could easily. They're one of those teams that could easily be 3-1 instead of 1-3.
Yeah.
But they could also be, a couple things don't go their way. They could be 0-4. They could be 4-0. Like, I have such a tough time with them. But Detroit, I feel like, I don't know. I think they kind of they had a chance to cover that game last week. Whatever, late fumble, a couple other things bounced their way.
Mm-hmm.
They look good against Baltimore the week before. Divisional game on the road, but still indoors. I like Detroit in this one. Give me Detroit plus 7.5. I mean, that's lovely against the
What are you?
Minnesota Vikings.
What are we talking about? Do you hear yourself right now, Greg?
Lovely.
Talking both sides of your mouth. What Detroit's spread against the spread this year? You talking? You're worried? So
Two and
worried about
two.
Mike Zimmer?
2-2.
You like what
Two
you
and
saw
two, and
about
they
Detroit.
should be 3-1. They should have covered last week. If they didn't fumble the ball off Jared Goff's chest and whatever they did at the end on the 3-yard line or wherever they were. They should be 3-1 against the spread with teams like Green Bay, Buffalo, the Chargers, Arizona. They should be up there against the spread because they've been playing close. They've been playing tough. Dan Campbell's eating kneecaps. I don't have to tell you.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean,
I like
you're slandering Minnesota 2-2, and you're loving Detroit 2-2 against the spread. That's that's what I don't get. But Detroit's 0-4.
Only reason why I'm slandering Minnesota is because someone on this podcast says, "Oh, he's the covering king. He's the covering king every week," and I don't see it.
Let's go, Minnesota 7.5. Give me Minnesota 7.5, baby. Let's go.
We're about to find. He's no Teddy Two Gloves. I can tell you that he's not hitting at 70% like Teddy Two Gloves over there.
Let's go. Kirk Cousins 1:00. Dalvin Cook coming back. Let's go.
Kirk Cousins 1:00 king.
All right. Speaking of the 1:00 Kings and Teddy Two Gloves, is he playing this week?
I don't know.
Denver at Pittsburgh.
I don't know.
Pittsburgh minus 1.5. We're sitting here on Wednesday. That's basically a money line game. Who you got? Denver at Pittsburgh. We don't even know who the quarterback is in Denver.
This is my hold your nose pick of the week.
Ooh.
And it's more, to me, hold your nose is like a stinky team. To me, this is like a hold your breath type of week because you're just, every time Big Ben steps back, you're just like holding your breath like, please don't die on the field. Please get up and play the next play. So I'm going with Pittsburgh in this one, minus 1.5 at home. Denver, you don't really know who's going to be quarterback, and if it's Drew Lock,
it's over.
Then his line's going to move a ton because he's going to throw 4 or 5 picks against this Pittsburgh defense. Right. It's Teddy Bridgewater. He might be banged up a little bit. I think both these teams are strong. On the defense side of the ball, it's why their over-under is so low. I think it's 39.5 this week.
Oh, it should be.
Yeah,
this is going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, most teams are in the 45 to 55 range, and all of a sudden this one stands out at 39. So I'll talk about that in my Hail Mary. I kind of like the under for this one because both quarterbacks just aren't that great. Both offenses aren't that great, and these defenses are top of the class. So Pittsburgh, this is my hold your nose pick of the week. And it's really just hold your breath. Pray to God Big Ben is healthy and can play a good game and can throw the ball. And we'll see how it goes. That's who I'm taking this week.
Fair enough. You know who I think should be holding their breath this week, man?
Who?
Jacoby Brissett, because his center is out and they already have the worst offensive line in the game coming into it.
Before we go to Jacoby Brissett, and by the way, I need someone, I don't know if there's a Twitter account out there that just tweets out what the Miami jersey colors are going to be. I need to get more on top of this. I need to know this. Are they wearing teal every time they're home? I need to figure this out. Because first of all, before we go too far, who are you taking in Pittsburgh, Denver?
So the problem with this game is there's going to be a material change. I'm with you. Like if the Drew Lock is in there, give me Pittsburgh by 7.5.
Okay.
I'll even take the hook on. I don't care, and I'll lose it and be happy with it. Like I don't even care.
Okay.
But if you're asking me objectively,
yeah,
the Pittsburgh Steelers have given me nothing to cheer about, and Denver has given me everything to trust them on. Like Denver plays down and dirty. They kill you in the pocket. Big Ben can't move in the pocket. They don't let you run. So what are you going to do? They're not going to get any offense. And, Drew Lock's not going to get any offense against the defense. It's going to be like, 6-3 all game? Yeah. I can see that. But then Pittsburgh is going to pull that out at the end. And it's a money line game, basically. You know what I mean? And especially if Pittsburgh's 1-3, they're desperate. And they're at home.
Yeah.
They have to win this game.
Yeah.
They have to win this game. Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater. It does not matter who John Elway can come play. It does not matter who plays in this game. Pittsburgh must win. And honestly, at the end of the day, Fangio's a beast. Tomlin's a beast. Yeah. It's going to be a hard-nosed game. I love that the under is under 40. It might be the lowest of the year so far.
Yeah, there's a chance.
I just like Pittsburgh because of the prospect of Drew Lock. We have to lock it in right now.
Yep.
We don't allow material changes really on this show.
Yep.
We do tweet it out though. If you follow us, we'll be able to get the material changes, especially
Yep.
as we jump into the next game. The
Again,
most important material change.
the most important material change that could possibly be the Miami Dolphins jersey colors. Miami's on the road, though, going to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay coming off a nice win, a close win in Foxborough.
Non-spread though.
Maybe, yeah, yep, didn't cover. That's true. Maybe a little letdown spot for Tampa Bay here. Maybe a little bounce back for Miami, right? They lost
The Florida Bowl.
the Florida Bowl. So who do you like in this one? What are your thoughts on this Tampa Bay Miami matchup we got?
In a vacuum, like the Miami Dolphins against Tom Brady, right? Because this is the only time that they're going to face him too. Like you have to take into consideration that Tom Brady is going against the entire division.
Yeah,
Every game means something. Miami cannot wait to play Tom Brady. You know what I mean? They can't wait to hurt him. They can't wait to get his hands on him. And the Tampa Bay secondary is abysmal. It is. They have injuries everywhere, and Tom Brady's really carrying this team. The 65-year-old Tom Brady is carrying this team, which is crazy.
Yeah,
But they also have a good D line, man. And
yeah, they good front seven. Linebackers are good.
who the hell is going to stop Vita Vea? I cannot believe they have a backup center now having to go in from Miami, coming off. I mean, arguably one of the worst offensive lines in the league.
Yep.
And that's why I feel so silly for taking them last week. I'm literally talking about how they have the worst offensive line, and I'm betting them last week. How silly. Like
Yeah.
everyone, of course, it wants to take Tampa here.
This is the highest spread of the week, 10.5.
People begging me to take Miami with that hook. You know, 10 in the hook, that's perfect. You know, that's the most amazing number there is. 10 in the hook is like gold.
Yep.
14.5, obviously a little bit better, but like 10.5 is right there.
Unreal.
B plus. That's a B plus. I like Tampa here, and it might be a little bit ridiculous for me to make the highest spread one of my best bets.
Yeah, but I mean, look at Buffalo last week. They had the highest spread. They beat them 40-0.
That kind of scares me even more.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it as one of my best bets, man, because I think that Jacoby Brissett meets his match. I don't think he's gonna be able to breathe when your center's out and Vita Vea is standing in front of your face. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like Shaq Barrett's on that edge.
They can't run. They can't run the ball. They can't really throw the ball. They're gonna have a tough time all game. 1-3 Miami. I mean, it's just not a good team.
I mean, I think that pirate ship's gonna be going all day. This is my second best bet. Give me the Jets and Tom Brady all on the same bet slip. As evil and disgusting as that sounds.
Do you think part of the reason why Tom Brady, do you think it weighed into Tom Brady's decision at all to go to Tampa Bay because their initials are also TB?
He literally had a trademark the second he went there for Tampa Bay.
Do you think he's that narcissistic?
I also think that he literally looked at the schedule look ahead and he knew that Tampa was going to play the AFC East this year.
Yeah. Yep.
I think he 100% knew that.
Yep.
And he knew he was going to New England, and he knew he was going to MetLife.
A little mini revenge tour.
He's very excited for that. Speaking of revenge tours, we got the always a little bit of revenge with the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. Always this little weird stuff going on there.
Letterman jacket game.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of my favorite. Was going to be one of my favorite in my Survivor League. I was really leaning towards New England. However, they have some COVID guys, man. Yeah, because Bill Belt, it's a rookie QB, and it's Sims, and it's a Bill Belichick coming off a loss, and he's doing weird stuff like having weird conversations
players
in locker room, cutting does not care. He'll cut them. He always has this thing about Houston where he likes to run up the score against them. He literally has a vendetta against it. So the spread number doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is they have 2 offensive linemen now on the COVID list, which means they're not playing. That worries me. They cut a defensive lineman for Collins.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know if he's gonna play this week, but I mean he's there. I, I'm nervous about it, but I'm going with my philosophy where the Pats run it up on Houston. Like Bill Belichick hates Houston, and
Yep.
he's going to Houston. He wants to embarrass them, and he's 1-3. They're both 1-3. The New England Patriots and the Houston are 1-3, and the Jets and the Falcons are 1. It's the same game. Like everyone's gonna be talking about how that's such a stinker. You know, the 9:30 a.m. in London. It's a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback. It's a crappy game both ways. You know what I mean? It's the same division.
Yeah.
I could see why I'd be tempted to maybe take the Houston Texans in this game, but I'm rolling with New England. I think that I have to just roll with them and see what happens. Even though Houston's been getting embarrassed, right? Obviously, it's a nice comeback game. I have to roll with New England. Just give me them by 10, I guess. But God, how can I give McCorkle 8.5 points, man? 8.5 points from McCorkle's crazy, but I'll just take it and probably take this L right on the head.
Yeah, so it's funny. So I was talking about our pick 'em pool as well. You can also see how you're picking for specific teams. So I'm picking so far in our pick 'em pool, which differs a little bit from this. So I'm not sure what my record is on the show, but I'm 0-4 in Patriot picks and pick 'em. So
Okay.
take that to a grain of salt if you're listening. You might want to put this pick in right now because this is how bad I am at picking these Patriot games. I'm taking Houston plus 8.5. I can't take Tampa Bay minus 10.5 and then also take New England minus 8.5 when I know underdogs are hitting. So I have to get back to an underdog. I kind of looked at both of these games and was trying to figure out which of these I liked more. I like Houston in this one a little bit more because I think New England's still trying to find their identity a little bit. Are they a running team? Are they a passing team? Are they a defensive first team? They have a lot of weird turnover with they're getting rid of guys. They're bringing guys in. Maybe they're ready. Maybe they're not ready. Does Jamie Collins know the playbook? I'm sure, but where does he
You literally
fit
got New
in?
England wrong all 4 times. You're wrong on this podcast for New England every single week.
Yeah, so
So I'm hyped. I'm hyped about this.
at
I'm hyped about
them,
this pick.
yeah, you might want to make this one of your best bets as well,
I
Tampa
honestly
Bay,
might. I honestly might.
because I think Houston plus 8.5. Houston's home. Yes, Mills is a rookie, hasn't looked that great, but I think they bounced back in a major way. They just got blanked. They just got embarrassed by Buffalo going up to Buffalo last week. I think they come back, they reassess, they get something going, they run a better script and try to get some, a couple points. With 8.5 going against the Patriots, honestly, I see this game being close. I think the Patriots win it, but I don't see the Patriots winning by
Sims
10
is
or
gonna
14.
score touchdowns on Belichick. Yo,
I think so.
best bet. Best bet me. This
I
is
think so.
yo, best bet. This is my third best bet right here.
There
We
you
got the
go.
Jets, we got Tom Brady, and we got the New England Patriots. Three buddies,
Jesus.
3 peas in a pod. That is my week 5. 3 best bets.
The NFC East-ish trifecta.
AFC East.
Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, it's late.
Yeah, that's disgusting, but I love it at the same time. Speaking of the NFC East, though, we got New Orleans at Washington.
Ugh.
Saints, they are the ones that lost to the Giants last week.
Yeah.
Messed that up earlier. They stink.
Yeah.
And Washington stinks too. They're not who we thought they were, but I mean they won. They beat the Falcons. I'm happy for them. I had them. They stink though. I mean, they had a Fitzpatrick touchdown. Is Heineke the new Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, I don't know. They Washington put up a lot more points than I was expecting last week. I was not expecting that Falcons Washington game to be a shootout, but it was. Yeah, I mean, again, I have a tough time with this one. I can't figure out what to make of the Saints. Are they good? Are they bad?
Yes, I know.
Do they have a
I cannot figure out
defense?
the Saints.
Does Jameis Winston know how to throw the football, but yet he's throwing for a lot of touchdowns? Is Alvin Kamara still good? Because some weeks he has like 150 yards, other weeks he has like 6. So I can't figure them out at all. Washington, we kind of know what they are. Their defense is not as good as they are because they brought in Jack Del Rio, who's 105. running
I
this
think they're gonna get
defense.
better. I think they're gonna get better.
I think so too, but Jack Del Rio's got to figure something out. I mean, you're handed the keys to a Corvette or a Ferrari, and you're driving it around like you got a Prius. Like, let's get it going here, guy. Dial something up. Let's get some pressure going. I can't figure it out. So, home team getting points, trying to get these underdogs locked in. I'm taking Washington plus 1.5. It's really a pick 'em. With 1.5 points doesn't make too much of a difference, but I'll take the 1.5 because we have to pick against the spread. Give me Washington at home plus 1.5.
All right. I absolutely hate this game.
Yeah, this is a gross one.
I would not bet this game. I'm happy that this is during red zone. I have no idea what to make of the Saints. I just give me Kamara. Give me Kamara to just run it down the Washington throw. I don't think they're gonna be able to contain him. I don't think their D line is gonna be good enough. I don't really trust Heineke to do another Fitz magic this week. I'd rather see Jameis bounce back from a really horrendous loss to the Giants. Really shouldn't
Disgusting.
happen. They have really good defensive line. They have veterans. They have veteran backers out there too. I think they're going to absolutely annihilate Washington. Honestly, they don't really have a big home field advantage. I think this is going to be a thrashing by Kamara. This is going to be a Kamara game.
Yeah, I mean, he played good last week. Didn't get a touchdown. They were running Taysom Hill like crazy in the red zone. But, yeah, I mean, I could see that happening for sure. Like I said, I can't make heads or tails of the Saints.
All right. Well, speaking of running, and speaking of, I, I guess surprise teams. Not to you, of course, because you had Carolina, but the 3-1 Carolina Panthers missing McCaffrey. I mean, totally
Yeah.
missing C-Mac for a couple games. He might play this week, limited in practice. -3.5. I can never in my whole entire life figure out the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not going to even pretend like I'm going to start figuring them out now. Carolina -3.5. I love the defense on Carolina's side. I have to just take them. I think this is a Joe pick. I think the sharp side here would say take Philly. I can't do it. I'm just going to Joe it up here and take Carolina. I'm not betting this game personally, but I would take Carolina if I had to.
Yeah, this is my what am I missing game of the week. I can't remember if I've done one already or not, but I don't think I have. I think I did my hold my nose. So this is my what am I missing? Because like again, 3-1 Carolina at home, -3.5. Philadelphia had one good game against Jacksonville or Atlanta to start the
Week
season.
one.
Week 1. And then they've looked
Killed Atlanta.
Then they've looked terrible ever since. They're 0-3 since then, getting outscored by 1,000,000-1. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. We say 3 points is kind of the standard for when you're home. So is Vegas trying to tell me that Carolina and Philadelphia are kind of evenly matched? I don't see how that's possible. I don't understand it. To your point, that makes me scream take Philadelphia because they want you to take Carolina. They're trying to sucker you into Carolina. So it makes me want to take Philadelphia, but I'm going to be a sucker. I'm taking Carolina -3.5. They're
It's
just
sucker pick.
It's
Sucker
my-
pick.
it's
We're
my
going to lose
sucker
it,
pick.
and I don't mind it. I have to take it.
John, I gotta say something right now at this point, looking at the schedule. I know we still have a couple more games left. We have too many of the same picks. We went 0-5 last week on the same picks. We have too many of the same picks
This week?
this week, yeah. And I don't know what to do about it.
Well, last week, if we should have faded anything that we agreed on. This week, we're about to close off the 1 o'clocks, and I can't imagine we're going to disagree on this one because this is Tennessee at Jacksonville. The Urban Meyer Jacksonville Jaguars catching 4.5 against the Tennessee Titans. Actually, I mean, God,
Is Julio Jones playing? Is AJ Brown playing? Are they playing this week? Do we know?
I'm not exactly sure. We are sitting at Wednesday.
Yeah, the problem with Julio Jones is that he's all like on the injury report every week. So it's like, what does it really matter?
AJ Brown's limited, so it looks like he's going to play. Julio did not practice.
Always.
Taylor Lewan did not practice their tackle. Their punter's still out. But dude, Pre's limited. I mean, their injury report is absolutely insane. Their guard is limited. Everybody's limited, man. I just cannot. I know that in these times, in these trying times, when everything in the whole world says, how in the world can you take Jacksonville Jaguars? That means take Jacksonville Jaguars. I physically can't do it. I need Tennessee Titans -4.5. Like, if you want the what the hell am I doing? I am the most Joe better of all time parlay. Take the New England -8.5, Tennessee -4.5, Carolina -3.5, and Tampa Bay -10.5. Take
Yeah.
those four in the most Joe picks ever. I know we agree there, right? And I know that's why we're having issues. Not in New England, but the Joe picks are where we're where I think we're catching the most losses, but I still can't stay away from it right now, man. I still can't stay away. I feel like a fly going into the light, and I'm going into the light here. I need those Joe picks. Feed them to me.
I can't. I'm torn because 50, like, part of me says just flip all my picks right now mid podcast.
And Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's the only one I'm not flipping, but I'm thinking about flipping everything else. And the Rams, thinking about flipping everything else. But I'm going to hold with you because I think the other thing is we went 0-5 last week on same bets. Maybe this week we bounce back. We go 5-0, get back to that 50%. So part of me almost wants to even like parlay our same bets. I'm going Tennessee in this one. Urban Meyer, Jacksonville is an absolute dumpster fire. I mean, the apology tour is on. The reports that are coming out about what he's doing is just absolutely disgusting. They are on a fast track to 0-17 and the first overall pick again. They're on a fast track to Trevor Lawrence never making a playoff appearance because they're just destroying that team. I don't know how they reconcile it. I don't know how they fix it. For all those reasons, that's why, like, all that's being said, I want to take Jacksonville so bad at home +4.5 because of all those things that they come out and win this game. Is
James
what
Robinson's
I feel like.
Gonna get like 3 touchdowns real quick. It's such a James Robinson game.
Yeah, and just such the defense also.
I'm taking Jacksonville. I'm taking Jacksonville. I'm sorry, I have to. I'm taking Jacksonville.
I want to take it so bad, but I'm sticking.
But they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. Jacksonville's gonna lose this game, but I think they're gonna cover.
All right, I'm sticking with Tennessee on this one.
All right, I'm flip flopping. Give me this game here where this is a weird one to me, man. We got Justin Fields officially starting for Chicago.
Yeah,
at Vegas. Chicago +5.5. I cannot bet Justin Fields. I don't care what you say. He stinks in college. He's going to stink in the NFL.
What?
I cannot bet him this game. I'm taking Las Vegas to absolutely murder that Chicago offensive line. I think Max Crosby is going to, honestly, he's going to feel like Tim Tebow. He's going to make Justin Fields feel like Tim Tebow this week because he likes to get out and try to run. I don't think they're going to let him. I also believe that the Vegas offense is going to tear apart that Chicago defense, which absolutely stinks. They're really trending towards Seattle in terms of their narrative, where we just think Chicago, but their defense actually stinks.
Yeah.
Just like we also think Miami they have a good offensive line because they run the ball. Their offensive line is really bad. Anyway, I digress. Give me Vegas -5.5.
This is one that just makes me feel sick putting it in, but I'm going Chicago +5.5. There are ones where I just feel like Vegas is just one of those teams that starts out hot and then cools off. I just think that Justin Fields maybe starts getting it going a little bit here on the offensive side of the ball. He didn't look amazing last week, but he looked better than what they've been putting out there the last 2 or 3 weeks before then. I'm very nervous about Montgomery getting hurt. Yeah, they have playoff Damian back there, but it's not the playoffs, so that worries me.
We're in October, bro.
Yeah, but for some of this is another one of those picks where it's like I feel like everyone is just on Vegas. I feel like that's a little bit of a square pick.
Yep.
3-1 at home, awful loss last week, bounce back. But
Rookie QB first start.
yeah, so I'm going Chicago plus 5.5 here. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, even though everything says Justin Fields isn't going to be good, Ohio State quarterback, just the way he's looked, he's a little smaller. I don't know.
Matt
For some
Nagy.
reason, Matt Nagy's
Like you
has to
call me,
be
yeah, like you're
has to
betting
be
on
one of
Matt
the worst
Nagy,
offensive
bro.
coaches.
What are you
Has to be
talking
one of the
about?
worst.
All right, and you have a rookie quarterback, and you're versus a crazy defense. So what are we saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Give me Chicago. I don't know why.
Okay. All right, cool.
I don't know
All
why,
right,
but I'm doing it.
moving on. We got Cleveland at the LA Clippers. I mean Chargers. I just really don't trust the Cleveland Browns. I still don't trust them.
How?
I know. I just don't. I think this is gonna be a great game. This is one of the sneaky good games of the 4 o'clocks. They're both 3-1. They're both been really good. It's basically a money line game. I'll pick them. I just don't trust Cleveland, man. I really don't like Baker Mayfield. The running is really good. Their D line is good. So in that aspect, that they're fine. I just don't really trust. As the season goes on, they're gonna catch losses, and I think this is gonna be one of them. And I believe this is where people start freaking out about the Chargers going 4-1. I think that Staley starts getting the McVay treatment. He's already going out there in press conferences explaining to people how how running works. And people eat that stuff up, just like McVay, telling you how to throw the ball. I really think this is the big week for the Chargers, and I wonder what the fans are going to be like in SoFi. Is it going to be another game for them where Herbert is putting his hand over his ear, because he can't hear even though he's at home,
Yep.
or are they finally going to pick up some home field advantage against? I'm sure Cleveland fans travel, so I don't know. I'm all on this Joey Bosa led defense. Derwin James is if he's there, that's perfect. The running game is good. Herbert doesn't really make that many mistakes. Give me the Chargers, dude.
So yeah, so speaking of, we talked about futures early on. Um, Part of my futures, I believe, were I like the Chargers to win the division. Um, I liked they were plus 490. I liked the alternate under on the Chiefs, and I liked the alternate under on Seattle. So those were some spicy takes 4 or 5 weeks ago when we did that first week 1 podcast. Not looking so spicy right now. Kansas City Chiefs could easily be 1-3 right now. If the Browns beat them and held on to that win week 1, and the Browns could easily be 4-0 going into this game if they hold out. I think a lot of people, when they think of the Chargers and they think of SoFi Stadium, they think of the overs, and the Rams have been doing great on the overs. The Chargers have not. I think the Chargers are 4-0 to the under so far this year. So I have that coming up in one of my picks for the teaser. But for this game, I really do believe in Cleveland. I liked them going into the season. I liked them in this one. I mean, my Super Bowl pick for the AFC were the Browns and
Jesus.
the New England. New England's not looking so great right now, but the Browns to win the Super Bowl were plus 1,600 to start the season. If they move to 4-1 right here, they're getting to that top of the list for me. So I think the
Fair
Browns
enough.
defense is legit. I think they can run the ball. Part of the reason why I like them going into the season is depth. I think they have a lot of depth at multiple positions. And that's kind of paying off. Landry goes down. Guess who shows up? Odell Beckham. He's been playing okay. Hasn't been doing anything great, but they don't need him to be great. They don't need Baker Mayfield to be great. They have to play strong defense like they did last week. They have to be able to run the ball like they did last week. And that's the formula now. And that's definitely the formula in November, December, and hopefully January and February when they're playing late into the season. So give me Cleveland in this one. Plus 1.5 points. Again, try to stick with the underdogs. But I really do think they win this one outright.
All right, fair enough. Moving on to another NFC least game.
Yeah.
We got the Giants coming off a W at Dallas, who's looking amazing. Right, everyone's all over Dallas, America's team, and that's a premium, man. That's 7.5. division. Giants always play the Dallas Cowboys well. This is definitely the type of game that the Giants win with, and it makes absolutely no sense as to why they won. They're absolutely horrible. They should never beat the Cowboys in this scenario. This is the exact type of win that they go into Jerry World and win. Um, Danny Jones is an absolute road warrior. I
Yep.
officially am on the Giants on the road, and I am off the Giants at home. His splits are insane. If you look at his away stats, he looks like a real quarterback, average to above. If you look at his home splits, he looks like the worst quarterback to ever, play in the NFL. So I'm taking the Giants here. I would even sprinkle on the money line. I don't absolutely love it. I really don't love this Giants team, but I would sprinkle on the money line. But 7.5 hook, I like 7.5 hook, man.
Yeah, I think Dallas has just been overperforming a little bit. Divisional game. Um, the Giants on the road, I think they get it going here a little bit. I like the Giants too, plus 7.5. It's a lot of points. It's hard to get points in the NFL. So you get a touchdown with a little extra with the hook. I like that. Yeah, and I just think that Dallas comes down to earth a little bit. The Giants' defense isn't anything great, so could Dallas score 30-something points? Sure, but I think there's a chance that the Giants keep up in this one. Like I said, divisional game, I think they keep it close. I think Dallas probably wins this game, improves to 4-1, might start running away with the NFC East. But, yeah, I think the Giants cover. I'll take them in that.
All right.
That's our...
Well, we're on the same page, so that's terrible.
I was going to say that's our 5th or 6th game that we're on the same page with, so that's scaring me.
First one of the 4 o'clock slate, though.
Yep.
In the last game of the 4 o'clock slate, San Francisco, who might be starting Trey Lance, another rookie quarterback, at that 4-0 Arizona Cardinals, the last 4-0 team left, the division winner, MVP futures. We've gone over it. A fan favorite of this podcast, apparently.
Yeah.
Just so happens to be. But this week, I'm taking San Francisco 5.5. Man, I hate that line for Arizona. You're paying a premium for 5.5. I hate that. Give me San Francisco, hard nosed D. I even might like the money line there. Give me Trey Lance. Go 3-2. Shanahan. I don't know. I really can't see Arizona going 5-0 here. Yeah. This might be another honorable San Francisco. Hold your nose. Take San Francisco. Looks ugly. I like them. I even like Kittle this week too.
Kittle's even playing? Are we sure he's playing this week?
I think so. Did he practice?
I don't know. But all I know is that San Francisco is 1-3 against the spread. Arizona's 3-1 against the spread. Arizona has the highest margin of cover. So against the spread, they're plus 12 on the year. Them and Buffalo's plus 13. So not only are they covering the spread, but they're covering it easily. I think they covered the alternate line the week before. They're just looking strong. I think they're clicking on all cylinders. You got a home game, right? Home game for Arizona this week.
Home.
Against a divisional opponent. I'm taking Arizona all the way in this one. Trey Lance, rookie quarterback. No, Greg Kittle. Easy. 2-3 touchdowns.
Okay, the only thing is, I agree with you. Trent Williams didn't practice. George Kittle didn't practice. Alex Mack didn't practice.
They're the most injury team in the whole league year in and year out.
I mean, I'm just worried about week to week here. I didn't realize the center and tackle didn't play. I'm not sure what their status is. That's a material change for me. I'm still going to stick with San Francisco for purposes of this pod, but for purposes of betting, you better wait until that injury report comes out and you find out if they're playing or not. If they are playing, if San Francisco is healthy, I like them, man. Arizona by a field goal, that's fine. Kyler Murray is gonna come down to normal a little bit. I like San Francisco
on my
5.5.
He's not with that attitude. He won't. Arizona
I like that.
For me. Arizona, best bet of the week. Injuries, no injuries. Your field, my field. It doesn't matter for this team. Cliff Kingsbury's got them rolling on offense and on defense. Kyler Murray is superhuman. It's not real what he can do. People talk about Pat Mahomes this, Pat Mahomes that. Pat Mahomes can throw the ball far. Kyler Murray can throw the ball far. He can move like no one's ever been able to move for a quarterback before. I mean, I saw one play last week where he rolled out to the left, and there was a defensive lineman who stunted out to the side. was running directly at him. No one blocked him. And Kyler Murray pump fake right and then just ran around him to the left for like an 8-yard gain. Like, no one's blocking these defensive linemen, and Kyler Murray's running for 8 yards. That's unheard of. People don't do that in the quarterback position in this league. He's got a chance at this if he stays healthy all year, and he will stay healthy because he's going against the most injury-prone team in the league. San Francisco 49ers, they moved to 5-0. That plus $600 bet looks even better. Give me Arizona, best bet of the week.
All right. On to, I think, the best game of the week.
And I know who you're going to take, and I love it. I love it.
It's classic that it's a primetime game, and I think I pick in primetime games.
Yep.
You love that Kansas City's in here, and I can't stay away from Kansas City. They even got Josh Gordon coming back, and I love that. But the real reason why I love Kansas City is their offensive line's coming together, man.
Josh Gordon hasn't been good since the Bush administration. I don't care what Josh Gordon's doing.
The Kansas City Chiefs have been good since the Bush administration. I don't know if you've heard.
Yes, they have been.
Their offensive line has gotten really much better since the Biden administration. If we're talking, and honestly, they're really starting to click. I the fact that it's under the 3 is weird for me, right? So Kansas City gets that standard 3. You get the -0.5. Tell me Buffalo's better by 0.5 point. I like Kansas City with the 3. Give me Kansas City.
So disgusting. We all know it's like a mantra at this point. Like, repeat after me, class. Kansas City does not cover the spread. It's unbelievable. Yes, they covered last week. That does not matter because it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Does not matter they play the Philadelphia Eagles. They led up 30 points to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chiefs have no defense. They can't stop anyone. The Philadelphia Eagles the previous week scored 11, 21, and 30 against the Chiefs. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. Their problem is that the Philadelphia Eagles forgot about Tyreek Hill. I mean, if you forget about Tyreek Hill, you're going to lose the game. I don't have to tell you. You know who's not going to forget about Tyreek Hill? The Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are going to roll into town, and they're going to take care of business. Plus 2.5. Love them money line, but they are my third and final best bet of the week. Sunday night, Bills move to 4-1. Kansas City Chiefs move to 2-3. And are dangerously close already to cashing the under ticket for the alternate under for the year. Because if you look at their schedule, I said it on episode 1, their first 6 games are unbelievably hard, and it's proving that. Buffalo Bills have looked good. Buffalo Bills have rounded into form. I'm talking about Kansas City Chiefs rounding into form. Buffalo Bills had a tough first week. And since then, they've been rocking and they've been rolling. They've been killing teams. They are going to kill the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night for everyone to watch. Plus 2.5, no problem. Might look into an alternate line for this one. But right now, Buffalo Bills, best bet of the week. Sunday night where I make my money. Buffalo Bills. All the way.
Bills, I don't know about the best bets. I don't know if you're making anybody.
Bills. I should have just been picking Sunday night games, apparently. Who knew?
So you got Buffalo, you got Arizona, and you got the Rams as your best bets.
Oh, lovely.
I got the disgusting trio of the Jets, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the New England Patriots in my best bets. As everyone has heard, I'm 7-5 my best bets, and Greg is, of course, under 500. But we won't get into too much detail about that.
Not for long, though.
Last game of the week, Monday night. I stink at prime time. I hate the Indianapolis Colts.
Love it.
I cannot. They won and covered 1 game without Quentin Nelson. You gonna tell me they're gonna win and cover 2 games without Quentin Nelson? Give me Baltimore -7.5. Carson Wentz in prime time.
This is a game I cannot figure out. This is one where I can't tell if what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens. Are the Baltimore Ravens real? Are they beating the Broncos handedly in Denver? Or are they kicking a league record-setting field goal against the Detroit Lions. Like, who are you, the Baltimore Ravens? Are you losing every running back known to man on your roster, or are you leading the league in rushing? Like, who are you? Just want to shake John Harbaugh and tell me what's going on. Indianapolis Colts, kind of the same thing. Like going into the season, before we even started this podcast, like weeks before, maybe months before, you and I were talking. I was saying I love Carson Wentz for MVP. I love the Colts as a Super Bowl contender. This defense, this offensive line, Jonathan Taylor, Carson Wentz, aligning with Frank Reich. All he has to do is come in here and just not be an idiot. The guy's a doofus. So there's that curveball that we didn't see coming, at least I didn't see coming, where he just stinks. So I can't figure out either of these teams. And for that reason, in prime time, I am taking the points. And I am taking Indianapolis plus 7.5 all on the road against Baltimore. This is my, if we had a category, this is a make you feel sick. This could have been my hold my nose pick of the week because it just, everything feels like you should take Baltimore. But 7.5 points, prime time. I think these teams show up. I think this Indianapolis Colts defense shows up. And I think they keep it close. I don't think they win, but I think they keep it close.
It's funny. All of our hold the nose picks are from this division, huh? Because mine officially was Cincinnati, and yours is officially Pittsburgh. And meanwhile, you're here talking about how you wish it was Baltimore. So,
Yep.
I mean, the whole division is kind of hold your nose right now, which is kind of how they like it. So,
the only one that's not holding your nose is Cleveland, going right to that Super Bowl, baby. Let's keep this train going.
Whatever you say makes me even more confident to pick against Cleveland week in and week out. But let's close it off with the teasers. You want to give us your teaser of the week?
Yeah, my teaser of the week is going to be you're going to put these teams in. You're going to buy an extra point to get to some of these football numbers. So you're going to tease the Bucks to -3, Detroit to plus 15.5. I thought about taking the Cleveland under, but I'm going to go with the Cleveland plus 8.5 points, the Giants plus 14 points, Buffalo plus 10. Those 5 bets, $100 bet, gets you a bet to win $250. Not the craziest odds for a teaser, but I like those games. I like those numbers. I like getting it at 10 and 14 and 3 for some of these, 8.5 for the Cleveland. So those are some good football numbers there to get above and hopefully get some covers. A lot of points up there for the teasers.
Yeah, I tend to go with the underdogs in my teasers, and when I go with the favorites, I lose. So for my teaser, I'm going with the Jets. Right, they're 3.5, so you add 7 to that. That's nice. Give me that 10 and the hook to the Atlanta Falcons. Come on.
Yep.
Give me the Buffalo Bills. Right,
Okay.
they should cover that. With the teaser. This one is my hold the nose. This one's easy, right? The Cincinnati 3.5. Also poke that up to the hook. This one is my where I'm gonna lose it is my Jacksonville. I'm gonna hit that up to 11.5. Come on, like the Tennessee shouldn't be doing anything for double digits. They can't even practice.
Yep.
And then my even scarier one, sticking in the same state. And I hate to do it. I hate to take the game with the most points. But I'm taking Miami. Give me the 17 in the hook.
Whew.
First Tampa.
It's a lot of points.
Just like a field goal here or there. I feel like that's what's going to lose it. If you don't like that, I would maybe put in the Giants instead. 7.5, catching that. That's fine. You know what? Put in the Giants instead of Miami. Don't take no center. Yeah, take the Giants instead. That's what it is for me.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. I know you gave out your Hail Mary parlay earlier as a combination of player prop bets for the Jets game. I like that. Start your Sunday off right. Do you got another one?
Yeah.
Or no? Are you sticking with that?
No, I'm just going with that, man. I'm going to London. I'm just sticking with my same game parlay, just based off my all like honestly my film study. All I do is watch these Jets games, and I watch your opponents' games. So give me Cordell Patterson to get a touchdown. Give me Jameson Crowder to get a touchdown. Give me Tevin Coleman to get a touchdown, and give me the Jets money line, man.
Love it. For my Hail Mary parlay, I'm going with some underdog money lines. And then I'm going with a couple unders. So, Jets, Washington football team, Buffalo, all plus money line underdogs, taking all of those. Then I'm throwing in Arizona -5.5. That's one of my best bets. I believe in them so much against possibly a rookie quarterback with Trey Lance, possibly a banged up 49ers team. And then I'm switching into a couple unders. I'm taking Philadelphia under 45.5. And then I'm taking Pittsburgh under 39.5. I think Pittsburgh, strong defenses are playing in that game. It's a low total. So I like that. And then Philadelphia as well. I think that Carolina defense has been pretty good this season. I think the Philadelphia offense hasn't been anything too great. Carolina offense without Christian McCaffrey might be a little bit slower than usual. So I'm going under 45.5 in that game. You combine all of those together, that's 6 picks for that. Gets you to just under plus 8,000. So $100 to win 8,000 on that. You got some money line underdogs. You got a couple unders in there, so it's hard to hit. It's a Hail Mary for a reason. But if you do hit, you're up big money. So that's my Hail Mary pick of the week.
Love it. And as always, we like to remind you guys, we'll do the full slate real quick at the end here before we head out. So let's go rapid fire before we get out of here. Greg, Thursday night, Rams, Seattle.
Rams -1.5.
Rams. Jets at Falcons. Falcons -3.5. Who you got?
Jets +3.5.
Same. Green Bay at Cincinnati. Cincinnati +3.5.
Green Bay -3.5.
This is my hold your nose. Taking Cincinnati +3.5. Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota -7.5.
Detroit +7.5.
Taking the spiteful Mike Zimmer against you, Greg. Gonna be -7.5. And we got Denver at Pittsburgh. Look out for the quarterback and injury reports there. Who you got?
My hold my nose pick of the week, Pittsburgh -1.5.
Love it. I got Pittsburgh as well. Just a desperation pick, especially Drew Lock and the fact that we have to lock it in.
Yep.
On Wednesday, we got Miami at Tampa. Tampa -10.5.
Tampa Bay -10.5.
Depleted Miami offensive line against Tampa Bay strength. I got Tampa. You got Tampa?
Tampa Bay -10.5, baby, all day.
New Orleans -1.5, coming off a loss to the Giants. Washington +1.5, coming off a dub. Who you got?
Washington +1.5.
All right, I got the Saints eating up those W's. Eagles at Carolina. Maybe C-Mac back. Carolina -3.5. Philly hasn't gotten a win since week 1.
Carolina -3.5.
Total Joe pick. I'm going with you, but don't love that. Yep. Titans at Jacksonville's Urban Meyer Jaguars +4.5. Disgusting pick. Just give me Jacksonville. Hold your nose. I don't even know. Take a shower.
Yeah.
Take a shower after you take Jacksonville +4.5. But I see Tennessee winning this game. I just everything I know about my dumb gambling brain says I have to take Jacksonville here. So I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'm going Tennessee -4.5.
It's a good pick. New England at Houston. Billy B is not going to lose to a rookie QB with that long of a neck. Give me New England -8.5.
Houston +8.5.
Chicago +5.5. Justin Fields at the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me Vegas -5.5. Max Crosby at home.
Chicago +5.5 for me.
Your favorite Cleveland Browns +1.5 at the Chargers. We know you got the Browns. Give me the Chargers. We got the NFC least. Giants at Dallas. Giants catching 7.5. Kind of crazy against America's team. We're both on the Giants here. Then we got San Francisco. Trey Lance +5.5 at your Arizona. Arizona Cardinals. Who you got here?
I'm surprised you're a trader on this one. I'm going Arizona -5.5 with the best bet tag on that one.
Ooh, I'm catching the 5.5, man. Catching the 5.5. Buffalo +2.5 at Kansas City. Kansas City -2.5. What you got?
Buffalo +2.5 again. Best bet for me on this one.
My best bets, just as a reminder: Tampa Bay, Pats, and the Jets. Disgusting card to go together. They don't belong together. We all know it. And as the clock has just struck midnight on October 7th, give us what you got on the last pick, Monday night, Colts, Baltimore.
Indy +7.5.
I got the Ravens. And there you have it, guys. Week 5 in the books. Hit us up. YouTube, Apple, Spotify. We are on anything you listen to. We are there. We are officially on BetSided. Hit us up.
Check out BetSided. They got great articles on there every day, previewing, looking at stuff to look at. They got some prop bet stuff up there that I've been following that I really like. Again, we are winning the letter P weekly for winning picks weekly on Twitter. Like, engage, please hit us up. Let us know what you guys are taking this week, and I'm interested. We do this because we like to talk about gambling. We're interested in it. We want to communicate. Let us know. If you're on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week.
Let's go Jets, baby.